here. Welcome back to Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. First annual Jiffy Lube Classic between Bowie State and California, Pennsylvania. Tom Davis together with Joe Washington. And we're ready for the coin toss at midfield. And the official wearing the white hat has a wireless mic. So does the Bowie State coach, Dave Dolch. And we're going to go down to the 50-yard line for the coin toss.
Sure. I'm just going to say, captains, introduce yourself. Huh? What? That's plenty.
You can see the captains coming out from both sides right now as the captains will meet the officials at midfield here at Memorial Stadium. And we'll hear the actual coin toss and the conversation that goes on at the 50.
Good afternoon, captains. My name's Petrosciani. I'm going to be your referee for today's game. Will you captains introduce yourself? Fine, thank you. You're the visiting team, am I right? Okay, fine. We're going to flip this coin. That seal represents heads, and on the opposite side, tails happen to be imprinted. Okay, will you call a toss while it's in the air and loud enough for my fellow official to hear it? I'm going to attempt to catch it. If I drop it, we'll flip it again. Are you ready, sir? Tailsy call. It is a tail. You have one to toss. You want to defer your choice to the second half?
No, we'll take it.
You want to receive the football. Which goal do you want to defend? Fine. If you'll back off here and face me, you come right over here. Okay, to start the ball game, white has one to toss and will receive opposite the clock. Shake hands if you wish. Bring your teams on, and best of luck.
California, Pennsylvania dressed in the all-white uniforms, and Bowie State, of course, dressed in the same colors of the Pittsburgh Steelers, virtually, the black tops and the gold pants. And we're ready for college football here. The first annual Jiffy Lube Classic. And Joe, I know you're enthused about the start of this one.
Set the tempo, man.
Yes, I am. I know the
Let's kick off and set the tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4.
He's excited. He's the first one off the field after the coin toss, and he's the first one on the field getting ready to kick the football off.
There's Petrucci, the coach of California, Pennsylvania.
He looks as if he's ready for the football game, too, Tom.
Heading off for Bowie State, number 7, David Hall.
Ken Polling is one of the return men for California, Pennsylvania. The kickoff man for Bowie State, number 7, is David Hall. Bowie State comes into this game 4-5-1. The Bulldogs under coach Dave Dolch are ready now to start this football game. And California, Pennsylvania waiting the kickoff, and there it is at the 12-yard line to Polling. He takes it at the 15, crosses the 25, and gets out to the 30-yard line. 18-yard return. California, Pennsylvania has a first down at the 30-yard line. Here's the starting backfield for California, Pennsylvania. Sam Mannery, a very good passing quarterback. Ken Polling, Jim Cassandro, Ed Alford, Brian Greer, and Terry O'Shea make up the skilled positions. There's the offensive line. One first down from the 30-yard line. Mannery will pass on first down and throws down the middle and completes the pass all the way out to the 47-yard line. The pass complete to Terry O'Shea, the tight end, number 99. It's a first down for California, Pennsylvania, and a 16-yard gain. Tackle Lou Popolaricek made the tackle for Bowie State.
Well, I tell you, chum, they're starting off running, throwing the football right off the bat. Quarterbacks are real good athletes, so they'll roll out and try to throw the football with him, or give him the option to run.
Out of the I formation on a 1st and 10 for California, Pennsylvania from their own 45-yard line. Mannery turns and hands off to 32, Sean Densmore, and he gets out near the 50-yard line for a 5-yard gain. It'll bring up 2nd and 5 from midfield. And here's a look at the Bowie State defense, led by Sean Gunner, Myron Ballard, Desi Pettyjohn, and Lamont Tucker. The linebackers, Green working. Papalarachek and Eddie DeShields. 2nd and 5 from midfield for California. Mannery sets it to 45, loops the pass, out of bounds, intended for Brian Greer, the wide receiver here on the near side. Coverage by Anthony Johnson of Bowie State. It'll be 3rd and 5 for California, Pennsylvania from midfield.
Well, one thing I've noticed so far, Tom, Bowie State, they're basically a man-for-man, defensive football team. They're relying on their good athletes to cover the wide receivers, so you can look for them to try a lot of deep passes from Cal.
Ed Alford goes wide to the far side of the field. He's number 1. 24, Brian Greer wide to the near side. Backs divided. And a standard pro set on a 3rd and 5 from midfield for California, Pennsylvania. Just underway. First quarter, 13:50 left to play first quarter. And Mannery throwing for Ed Alford, and he tries a diving catch inside the 15-yard line. Incomplete. Sam Muse on the coverage for Bowie State. So that'll bring up a 4th and 5 for California, Pennsylvania from midfield.
This is the one thing about, having a good quarterback, a good athletic type quarterback out in the position. He's back there scrambling, and these two guys know each other well enough to realize that the quarterback can get out of things. So Alfred continues to run a pattern, and he almost catches the football here.
Mike Gratian is the punter. Sheffy and Jerry are the deep backs. Caught at the 10-yard line by Tim Stiles, and Stiles is snowed under at the 5. So Bowie State will put the ball in play. First down, with Tim Stiles making the return and actually being snowed under. It's a 40-yard punt, a minus 5-yard return. So Bowie State has the ball first down at their 5-yard line, and we'll check out the Bowie State offense right now. Clarence Boykins, freshman quarterback. Andre Cook along with Phil Dyer, Tony Atwater. Atwater's the fullback that gains most of the yardage in that backfield for Bowie State, along with Clarence Boykins, freshman quarterback. Andre Cook along with Phil Dyer, Tony Atwater. Atwater's the fullback that gains most of the yardage in that backfield for Bowie State, along with Brian Forbes and James Banks. First down for Bowie State from the 5. The pitch. This is Andre Cook, and Cook gets outside, gets a first down all the way out to the 17-yard line.
Well, they started off that time, Tom, with the old Packer sweep, with the old student body pulling to the right. They walled in the defensive end and the linebacker to that side of the field, and when you do that, you get a little running room. And they picked up a sizable game, enough for a first down that time.
12-yard gain out to the 17. 1st and 10 for Bowie State. Here's a look at the secondary as the quarterback, Clarence Boykins, who has scored 3 touchdowns this year, brings them up, and he turns and he hands off this time to 32, Phil Dyer, and Dyer couldn't get out of his own backfield. John Hay for California, Pennsylvania made the tackle after no gain. Here's Dave Dole.
Okay. All right, let's go. Let's go 5-26 guard trap.
Andre Cook on the field right now, injured, and is being attended to. It's a loss of 3 on the play, bringing up a 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13 for Bowie State. 12:54 left to play first quarter. Scoreless game. First annual Jiffy Lube Classic between Bowie State and California, Pennsylvania. And here's a look at what happened on this injury, Joe.
This is basically well, he was lined up in the wing position. He tried to cut, and his foot got caught. Inside foot got caught in the turf, and he was tackled back over. Oh, my goodness, that was really a little hairy looking on that particular play. He slipped initially, and his left foot got stuck, and he got tackled and bent back the opposite way on his left leg.
Tony Atwater, the lone back in Bowie State's backfield on a 2nd and 13. Atwater gets the call straight ahead. Gets snowed under at about the 13-yard line and pushed back to about the 10. Eric Smith from California, Pennsylvania made the tackle. Let's listen in once again.
5:54 fullback draw.
Again, from the 13-yard line, 3rd down and 13 for Bowie State. No gain on the play.
Well, they're calling for a draw on this particular play here. The quarterback will, basically go back in a passing position, then hand off to Atwater, the lone back here.
Tony Harrison wide to the far side of the field on a 3rd and 13 from the 14. Penalty markers down, Joe.
Yeah, well, the right guard got a little anxious to show pass protection on that particular play, so it's a 5-yard penalty on it.
Ball starts, back it up 5, so it'll be 3rd down and 18 now. They'll move the ball back inside the 10-yard line all the way to the 8. So Bowie State having trouble getting out of their home backfield today, and that excellent punt by California, Pennsylvania has really forced them inside the 10 several times. It's Clarence Boykins having them up to the line of scrimmage on a 3rd and 18. Boykins with a play fake, and he handed off on a delay there to Tony Atwater, and Atwater was snowed under at the goal line for a loss of 4. Craig May, 55 for California, Pennsylvania, made the hit. So it's a punting situation, 4th down and about 23 yards for a 1st down. And the Bowie punter is on field, Sean Hyatt, and he'll be kicking from the edge of the end zone, a high snap, and he's going to have to try to kick it out of there. He hits it on the line out to about the 22, and it takes a Bowie State bounce out to the 31-yard line. So California, Pennsylvania with some excellent field position now at the 31-yard line. A 27-yard punt for Bowie State's Sean Hyatt.
Only thing about this, they'll probably bring this back to around the 20-yard line. The ball's a little too high. He makes a great effort to get out of the end zone, and he tries to punt the football. He does a good job. But on the way down, he hits one of his own people. So, of course, instead of being marked around the 27, they'll mark this at the 18-yard line where it touched one of the Bowie State defenders.
You're watching the Jiffy Lube Classic here on Home Team Sports. 11-17 left to play 1st quarter. California, Pennsylvania against Bowie State. Scoreless game, and California, Pennsylvania now with the football out of the I formation on 1st down. Ball marked now at the 18-yard line. Quarterback Mannery running with the football to the 10-5, touchdown for California, Pennsylvania. An 18-yard run for Sam Mannery. And California, Pennsylvania on field after the poor punt comes out with a first play from scrimmage, a touchdown, and a 6-0 lead for California, Pennsylvania.
Well, I think this was originally designed as a pass play. He drops back, he sees his people cover it, he decides not to throw the football, and all of a sudden he sees an opening straight up the middle, and what does he do? He takes off running. He's a good athlete, good speed, and he heads straight for the end zone, untouched. Well touched at the 2-yard line.
Point after attempt is good. So with 11:09 left to play in the 1st quarter, California, Pennsylvania drawing first blood, 7-0 lead over Bowie State on that 18-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Sam Mannery. And, Joe, when you think about this, was this a design play or was it the protection just broke down?
Well, I don't think it was a design play. He initially wanted to throw the football. The guy was covered. But once you throw and you pull the ball back, you immediately start looking for a place to run. And he did. He found an opening straight up the middle, and he's a good athlete.
Sam Mannery with an 18-yard touchdown run, and Ed Alford leaps into his arms there in the end zone. So Bowie State will get their hands on the football once again. Anthony Johnson, the deep man for Bowie State, set at the 5-yard line. Kurt Bergman is the kicker here for California, Pennsylvania, number 85.
Well, hopefully they can get a little bit better field position this particular time. I think when you get started inside your 10-yard line, it sort of handcuffs you a little bit. You don't get a chance to do as many things you'd like to do with the football. You get a little conservative, trying to run the football. So hopefully if they get better field position, they'll be able to open up their offense a little more.
So Bergman ready to put toe into the football at the 35-yard line, and Anthony Johnson, the deep man for Bowie State. California, Pennsylvania leading Bowie 7-0 in the 1st quarter after the Mannery 18-yard touchdown run. And this is Anthony Johnson taking the football at the 15, crossing the 30, and then being knocked down at the 30-yard line. 21-yard return, Pete Wannett on the tackle for California, Pennsylvania. So Bowie State with much better field position now, Joe Washington.
Well, this will help them a great deal, Tom. You know, anytime you get the ball out around the 25-yard line, you consider it good field position, and they have it out to the 30-yard line. So you don't really worry about not completing a pass or losing a yard here or only gaining a yard because you're in good enough field position to punt the ball if you have to.
There you can see the Sam Mannery one-play offense, 18 yards and the 9 seconds it took him to run the football in there. Clarence Boykins leads Bowie State up to the line of scrimmage. The quarterback has him down and said a little movement in that defensive line appeared from California, Pennsylvania, but let's wait for the official call.
Well, I really think old Marcus moved that time, number 79, the right tackle, but we'll see.
Dead ball.
Against Bowie State, illegal procedure, and they'll back it up 5, so it'll be first and 15.
Illegal procedure. Offense.
So first and 15 now from the 25-yard line of Bowie State. Bulldogs with the football for the second time. They're trailing 7-0 early in the first quarter. Mo Banks wide to the far side of the field on first down. He's the split receiver. And this is Boykins rolling to the near side, wanting to throw. Off the fingertips of Phil Dyer. The coverage by 22 Michael Schrenker of California, Pennsylvania. So it's second and 15 at the 25-yard line.
Second down and 15.
Well, he rolls out of both of these quarterbacks are real good athletes. They can throw the football on the run as Clarence does here. And the guy, the receiver, makes a pretty good athletic move, but he just doesn't hold on to the football.
Tony Harrison, number 2, coming into the game for Bowie State, coming into the backfield and possibly bringing a play with him. Do they do that much at Bowie State, Joe, bringing plays in?
Yeah, they do. They both basically let the head coach call most of the plays, and they shuffle them in with players. That's why they use a lot of different running backs.
Tony Atwater, along with Tim Stiles in the backfield split. On a second and 15, Stiles in motion to the far side, and again, movement. Penalty marker down. Here's the call.
Contact. Guide the defense. Okay. We have a dead ball, defensive encroachment.
Encroachment on California.
The Bowie State winds up picking up the 5 yards that they lost on the offsides a few moments ago.
Well, they've gotten back to the good field position they had earlier, huh?
Dave Dolch on the sidelines, the Bowie State coach. So it's second down and 10 now from the 30. Ball goes off the fingertips of Tony Harrison, the split end. Third and 10 from the 30-yard line. Looked like a good pass.
It was, I think so.
41 option load.
Well, it looks as if you call 41 option load. I'm not sure
Come on, look it in your hands, Tony.
exactly
Come on,
what that
relax
is,
out there.
but
Come on.
what it would be, I guess he has the option to either run or throw the football. And, of course, he was telling the receiver that goes in to catch the pass to make sure you're looking it all the way into your hands.
Mo Banks into the game now. He brought the play in. He split wide to the far side of the field. 44, Tony Atwater, the lone setback behind the quarterback Clarence Boykins on a 3rd and 10. Play fake. Boykins keeps the football to the 35, close to a first down out to the 40-yard line where he's covered by 22, Michael Schrenker of California, Pennsylvania. This is very close to a first down, depending on where they mark the football.
22, Michael Schrenker.
But when I heard him say option load, I should have known this is basically what Oklahoma, runs with their offense, the option play, where the quarterback goes down the line. He has the option to either pitch it or either run the football. He chose to run it here. I don't think he got a real good mark on this particular place here.
Yeah, Joe, they're going to call for the measurement. I think you're exactly right. I thought the running back was across the 40-yard line, but still I wanted to wait till the officials call the first down.
Well, I tell you what, if they don't do any better job of marking things, I think we may have to take that mic off of Coach Doso there after a while.
Clarence Boykins appeared to have the first down, but it looks like he's going to be short now since they marked the football.
Right. You got it back there? Punter? Where's the punter? Right here. Okay. Go through your steps. Come on. Come on, let's go. Punt it. Fake it.
Oh.
Let's go. Come on, get a good one off.
You heard it first. Let's see it.
Well, we'll see.
Sean Pyatt on field to punt the football to 25-yard line, and let's see exactly what happens now. On a 4th and about a foot.
Well, I tell you, I like the mic in the on the sideline. That's for sure.
For California,
was short. It never was intended for the punter, Sean Pyatt. It was a little bit of a poor snap, I must admit. And California, Pennsylvania will take over on downs now at the 38-yard line of Bowie State.
Well, I think everybody heard him say, you know, run it except Sean Pyatt, because it looks as if he was still trying to snap the ball back to the punter back there.
Miles Gray took the snap, was unable to hand it. Now California with a chance to get another 6, and they took quick advantage of a poor punt with a Sam Mannery touchdown run of 18 yards to take a 7-0 lead. And Mannery on the rollout, throwing downfield for his number 1 receiver, and that's Ed Alford, and he made the catch inside the 10-yard line at the 8. Sam Musso on the coverage. First and goal for California, Pennsylvania. A 30-yard gain and a first and goal situation for Cal, Pennsylvania.
Well, Alford's a fine receiver. He has real good speed, and he really concentrated on the football, because I'd have to say number 1, Sam Musso, really wasn't in that bad a position. But the ball was thrown real well over the right outside shoulder, and he looks the ball in. I think he may need a little help before the day's over with this guy.
First and goal for California, Pennsylvania. The Vulcans have a 7-0 lead with 10:09 left to play first quarter. Brian Greer has entered the game in the backfield out of the I formation. Greer gets the call straight ahead, gets down inside the 5, and drives all the way to the goal line. No sign for a touchdown. He's down maybe about a foot short of a score. It was Sean Densmore who carried the football. Second and goal for the Vulcans. Brian Greer wide to the near side. Ed Alford wide to the far side. On second and goal, it appears that Bowie State does have, making it California, Pennsylvania with the touchdown. Jim Cassandro scoring. Number 35 crossing over from the 1-yard line. And California, Pennsylvania now has taken a 13-0 lead over Bowie State with 9:29 left to play in the first quarter.
Well, it's just a simple dive, a straight ahead blocking. It looks as if initially he stopped in the backfield, but with the drive he has and the fact that he's out trying to get in the end zone, he keeps pumping and he gets in.
Point after attempt is up. It's good, and with 9:29 left to play in the first quarter, Cal, Pennsylvania has a 14-0 lead over Bowie State. Well, Joe, now we got to go back for a moment and talk about the play call of the coach, Dave Dolch, about whether it was a smart move to go try the fake punt.
Well, as it looks now, it wasn't a smart move, but I think it was a smart move. It's just a mere fact that the center didn't, snap the ball directly to the up back. I think he still thought he was supposed to snap the ball deep to the punter, and with the guy trying to really handle the punt as far as running the football, it made it a little tough for him.
So far now, Bowie State has faked the punt. It's cost them. They also had a poor punt of only 27 yards. Sam Mannery with an 18-yard touchdown run, and also a nice 38-yard connection, or actually 30-yard connection to Ed Alford on the next drive, and then the 1-yard TD run by Jim Cassandro. And it's 14-0 favor of California, Pennsylvania with 9:29 left to play in the first period here in the first annual Jiffy Lube Classic. A 38-yard three-play drive that took a minute and 46. Cassandro goes over from the 1. And we're in the first period of play, and already California, Pennsylvania has a 14-0 lead. Kurt Bergman will kick off for California, Pennsylvania. He's number 85. And Anthony Johnson is the deep back, high end over end kick. It's a little bit short. And Tony Harrison comes up with it, makes the catch, crosses the 25 and gets out to the 28-yard line where Bowie will take over.
Well, I think Bowie will do just fine if they don't have to punt the football again. I think at this stage here, they'd probably be a little bit run off by just throwing a deep interception because they hadn't been able to move the ball down the field by punting it.
8-yard return on the kickoff. Bowie State with the football now from their own 29, first down. Clarence Boykins at quarterback. Tony Atwater with Tim Stiles in the backfield. Atwater gets the call straight ahead, crosses the 30, 35, 40. He has the first down, and he's out to the 45-yard line before Mike Martin and Michael Schrenker made the the tackle. A 16-yard gain for Bowie State and a first down all the way out to the 45-yard line.
Well, that was an excellent run by Atwater. You really realize the guy not only is a big, strong run, he has great acceleration, and he accelerated for those last 6 yards here. What we have coming up now, the crossbuck, a 141 crossbuck, I believe. It'll probably go to Atwater again with the guard and tackle cross blocking here.
All right, Atwater, the lone setback. Now he's joined in the backfield by Stiles, and Atwater gets the call, left tackle. He crossed the 45, got to the 46-yard line before he was hit by a host of tacklers by California, Pennsylvania. Let's again go right back into the Gulch.
9:29 waggle.
Well, it's called 9:21 or 9:29 waggle at the time, Tom. So obviously this is a pass play. Waggle really refers to the type of routes that the receivers are running, but it is a 3-digit series, and that's what their passing series are.
Phil Dyer in the backfield for Bowie State. Mo Banks wide to the near side, and Boykins looking for Banks deep, trying to find running room, and he's going to throw a short pass, and it's incomplete, intended for Troy Atwater. Coverage by John Hay of California, Pennsylvania. That'll be 3rd and 10 from the 46-yard line.
Third down and 9.
Well, I tell you what, if I was Coach Jost on this particular play here, you know, with our success on punting the ball on 4th down, I'd probably go in and tell him to throw an interception right now. Deep, though.
14-0, California, Pennsylvania leading. First quarter, 8:08 left to play in the first quarter. First annual Jiffy Lube Classic. Bowie has needed 18, 11, 10, and 9 yards on 3rd down situations, and right now they need 9. Boykins with a play fake. Carries to midfield, inside California, Pennsylvania territory to the 43-yard line. Appears that he has first down yardage.
Okay. Let's continue.
Well, they've had a lot of success with the option play.
Let's go 141 option load again.
Oh, so now we know what 141 load option is this time, Tom. It should be the same play. They're running the option play with Clarence Boykins to the right side of the field, and he has the option to either run or pitch the ball.
Boykins coming into this game had rushed for 60 yards, so he had really not been one of the primary rushers for Bowie State. First down from the 44-yard line of California, Pennsylvania. Bowie State's 3rd first down, 7:35 to go, first quarter, and Boykins this time hands off to Tony Atwater, and Atwater still on his feet, close to the 42-yard line. John Hay, 45, wrapped him up for California, Pennsylvania.
Red 9, okay, 29 waggle.
Gain of 3 on the play. Ball marked at the 41-yard line. Obviously, we're not going to identify Dave Dolch every time he's going to talk. We'll just keep quiet and let you hear the plays, and Joe can pick up on that after you hear them.
That way I don't have to worry about calling a play wrong.
2nd and 7 for Bowie State at the 41-yard line of California, Pennsylvania. Phil Dyer in the backfield along with Tony Atwater. Play fake. Complete to Tony Atwater to the 30-yard line. He fumbles the football, and it's still Bowie State's. Tim Stiles recovered it for Bowie State.
5:41 option load.
13-yard gain. Ball spotted at the 29-yard line. First down.
Well, he rolls right. He throws the ball to Atwater, big guy, 6'2", 232 pounds. And one thing I've noticed about him, instead of running over a lot of people, he seems to have a little finesse in to be that size. But he fumbles, and the ball is down where he goes down, though.
Tim Stiles in the slot to the left, along with Mo Banks split wide. Stiles joins Atwater in the backfield, and Boykins with a fake to the 25 to the 24-yard line. A quick gain of 5 on the sweep to the right side, and a 2nd and 5 now for Bowie State.
Well, it seems as if Cal is, content to make sure that Boykins runs the football. They realize he's basically a passing quarterback. He can run the football, but he isn't really that crazy about running the football. So they're making sure that he keeps the football on the option play.
Bowie State's Clarence Boykins has 3 carries for 27 yards for the quarterback. Bulldogs trailing 14-0 with 5:40 left to play here in the first quarter. First annual Jiffy Lube Classic. Tom Davis and Joe Washington with you on Home Team Sports. The handoff goes to Phil Dyer, and Dyer gets down to the 19-yard line. Very close to first down yardage.
See the spot. Okay, where's the spot? Okay. Let's go.
Wait, you got
Third down, about 1.
Okay.
Hey, Clark! A little, don't come too far.
Okay, what do you think here?
I think we ought to bet it.
Huh?
I think we ought to bet it.
You're looking at Brian Forbes, 85 for Bowie State. Looks like he has a knee injury.
Well, heaven forbid that. You know, that's the last thing you want to see happen to a football player, as we all well know. But it's good to see a guy be able to get up and, you know, at least walk off the field a little bit. And, you know, when you see that, hopefully it isn't anything really serious.
So once again, Bowie State now, Joe, has a very crucial play. They got a third down situation, 1 yard to go for the first. They really have to get the ball just beyond the 19-yard line, so it's a little bit longer than a yard. But they've had a couple of opportunities earlier in this game that have been costly. And we'll have to see what they do now on this 3rd and 1 from the California-Pennsylvania 20-yard line. Tony Atwater, along with Phil Dyer in the backfield. This time the handoff goes to Tim Stiles. He got the first down and goes down to the 17-yard line. So Bowie State with a first down, driving their best drive so far this afternoon.
First down. Let's see what, back up.
He's got it, Mo.
I don't know.
See Tony Harrison there standing alongside Coach Dave Dulles. So it's 1st and 10 for the Bowie State Bulldogs. Mo banks wide to the near side. Dyer and Atwater, the setbacks divided, and Stiles in motion to the near side, and Stiles takes the handoff, and he's covered at the 18-yard line by number 10, Derek Favors, along with Ray Ritko of California, Pennsylvania. So it looks like a loss of a yard on the play, bringing up a 2nd and 11 from the 19-yard line of California, Pennsylvania.
Well, it looks as if Bowie State is basically, you know, a three-back, you know, offensive-type football team. Even though they set their backs out on the wing, and they look as if they are receiving, they keep them in motion, moving around a little bit. But they're still basically a running football team.
Tony Harrison, number 2, wide to the far side of the field. Once again, Phil Dyer and Tony Atwater, the setbacks divided behind Clarence Boykins, who takes the snap. Hands off to Dyer. Penalty marker down. Dyer sweeping the far side of the field, 20, and gets ridden out of bounds at the 15-yard line by Mike Martin, 21 of California, Pennsylvania. We'll wait for the officials' call on that penalty marker that came flying out of the defensive backfield of California, Pennsylvania.
Well, you know, Tom, usually when you see a penalty come from that direction, it's usually holding, and of course it is, so that'll move Bowie back a little bit.
So the Bulldogs from the 21-yard line will be backed up quite a bit.
If holding on the offense, replay 2nd down.
That's the 3rd penalty for Bowie State. 20 yards in total penalty yards for the Bowie State Bulldogs.
Every time they drop back in this, we run the option and run for 11, 12 yards. They're looking for pass.
3:44 left to play first quarter. Cal, Pennsylvania leading Bowie State 14-0. 3rd down, 24 now after the penalty. Atwater took the handoff. Really didn't gain very much at all. Mike Stephanie, 57 for Cal, Pennsylvania to make the stop.
29.
Ball marked out the 29-yard line.
Well, Coach Doach has called 9:29 waggle, so of course we'll have a pass play again. You know, that triple-digit series where they do throw the football. I don't think Cal was looking for the pass last play, but they'll probably look for a pass on this situation here.
3rd and 21. 3rd down and 21. Dyer in the backfield along with John Nabonet. Play fake. Clarence Boykin sets it to 35, throwing for the end zone and overthrows Tony Harrison. Penalty marker at the 36-yard line. Mike Gresham with the coverage there for Cal, Pennsylvania.
Oh, Bob, come on now. You can call it every time in college ball.
Well, Coach is talking about the holding penalty, well, the holding call that the referee that was about to call at this particular point here. And he's saying that you can possibly call it on every play in college football, which is true. Really, you can do it in professional or whatever other ranks you can. You can always call holding.
We had holding on the offense. Replay, third down.
So from the 39-yard line now of Cal, Pennsylvania, Bowie State keeps backing up. They're heading in the wrong direction here, Joe. They had the ball all the way down to the 18-yard line, and they've lost 21 yards in the series of plays. It's now 3rd and 31 from the 39-yard line. 2:53 to go first quarter. Cal, Pennsylvania leading Bowie State 14-0 in the first annual Jiffy Lube Classic. Clarence Boykin's throwing down the middle of the field and overthrows everybody. It could have been intended for Tony Harrison. He was not long enough for that pass. And then, of course, Mo Brooks, number 8, was down near the end zone, but he was also overthrown. So 2 intended receivers near the football, but the ball just unbelievably overthrown.
Well, I think that slipped out of his hand that
Come on
time.
now.
Clarence, from his throwing motion there, I think it slipped out of his hand.
Sean Pyatt on field now to punt for Bowie State, number 92. On a 4th and 31 for the Bulldogs. So trailing by 14 here in the first quarter. 2:46 to go. Pyatt with toe into the ball. It'll be a touchback and a first down for Cal, Pennsylvania at the 20-yard line. 39-yard punt.
Well, Tom, I'm glad to see we've finally gotten a punt off by Bowie State. They've been having their problems back there. But it goes to show you if the guy gets the ball back there to him, he can kick it, even though they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. At least they didn't have any fumbles or mishaps where they ended up trying to run with the football.
California, Pennsylvania's offense led by Sam Mannery, who has a 19-yard touchdown. There's Sanders Shiver. Used to play for the Colts. One of your teammates.
That's right.
Mannery with an 18-yard TD run, and Jim Cassandro with a 1-yard run. 14-0 Cal, Pennsylvania. First down. Mannery with a short drop. Pass complete out to the 30-yard line to Ed Alford. Sam Muse on the coverage. One covering one. One making the catch and one on the tackle.
Well, I tell you, Alford can catch the ball in any direction. If it's slow, he catches it. If it's over his shoulder, he catches the football. And he seems to be really elusive out there. They're trying to keep him on one-on-one. They're crossing backs, picking receivers out there. So they intend to get the ball to Alford, it looks like.
Alford with an 8-yard reception. 2nd and 2 for Cal, Pennsylvania from their own 28-yard line. Mannery with the inside handoff to Sean Densmore, and he takes the ball out to the 30, maybe to the 31-yard line, where Robert Anderson, 61 of Bowie State, made
Coach,
the stop.
Go back up.
Come on, we looked a little tentative. We got to play some base cover 3.
They're going to measure now, Joe, to see if Cal, Pennsylvania has the first down or not. Very close.
Well, Cal, isn't basically, a running football team, but of course with them throwing the ball as well as they're throwing the football, it makes it a little easier for them to run the football. And it's sort of putting Bowie State, in probably in a situation where they don't really know what's coming at them because they're having success doing both things.
Couldn't be much shorter, could it? I mean, you can barely put a finger in there.
That's right.
So call it 3rd and 1 from the 30. 27-yard punt by Bowie State. And then a 18-yard touchdown run from Sam Mannery after a penalty on the punt return. Mannery with an 18-yard touchdown run, and then after a fake punt gave California, Pennsylvania possession at the 38-yard line of Bowie State. 3 plays later, Jim Cassandro took it over from the 1. 14-0. Cal, Pennsylvania leading Bowie State with 1:36 left to play first quarter. The first annual Jiffy Lube Classic from Baltimore's Memorial Stadium here on Home Team Sports. Penalty markers coming from all sides of the field as there was movement, it looked like, from both sides. Everybody jumped.
Well, from here, it looks as if the center jump, but that's a little hard to do.
We had a dead ball, illegal procedure, offense.
I wasn't aware, Joe, that every time the official made the call that he would refer to it as dead ball. Do they do that in pro football in the field?
Well, I don't recall them, making direct, reference to it, but, there are situations where there are dead football calls up.
I guess the reference obviously means that it's before the snap.
Exactly.
3rd down 5 now for California, Pennsylvania from the 25-yard line. And Alfred Wine to the far side of the field, and Mannery drops back to pass inside his 20. The ball is picked off by 61, Robert Anderson of Bowie State, and returned to the 25-yard line. 1st down, Bowie on the turnover. Bowie State has excellent field position at the 25-yard line of Cal, Pennsylvania, with 1:07 left to play in the 1st quarter. Let's take another look, Joe.
Well, one thing they've done a little differently on this particular play, they dropped back in zone coverage, whereas before they were playing a little man for man, and everybody was catching the balls at will. So they dropped the linebackers back this time to give people a little help, and he was watching the quarterback eyes, and he steps right in there and intercepted.
So now let's see what Bowie State can do with a football. They held it 7 minutes last time, more than 7 minutes, and they wound up losing yardage on their last series of plays, but they took it all the way down to the 18-yard line before a series of penalties brought them all the way back to their own 39. Clarence Boykins has him up to the line of scrimmage with Tony Atwater and Tim Stiles in the backfield. Stiles gets the football, then loses it, and he recovered his own fumble. Tim Stiles picks it off at the 27-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 2.
Tell Phil to keep running now. Let's go 181, keep tight end flat.
Well, I tell you, that could only happen to a nice little small running back. Good things always happen to small running backs.
Second down and 12.
Calling it 2nd and 12 from the 28-yard line. Stiles and Atwater set behind Clarence Boykins for the long count now. Incomplete, intended for Brian Forbes. Looks like the ball just went right down his chest, down his legs to the ground. Mike Stephanie of California, Pennsylvania on the coverage. 3rd and 12 from the 27.
That is probably one of the toughest passes to catch. When the quarterback throws the ball, you're only about 10 yards from him, and he throws the ball straight down and low. It's tough. You have the face mask there keeping you from really watching the ball all the way in. It's just tough. I always had problems catching a low football. One thing that surprises me, they're always rolling out to the short side of the field instead of giving the quarterback a little bit more running room by going to the wide side of the field.
Phil Dyer now joins Tony Atwater in the backfield. This is probably the last play of the 1st quarter with 15 seconds left to play. Dyer hands off to Stiles on the reverse, and Stiles takes the football all the way inside the 20, but may have been stripped of it. He was, and California, Pennsylvania has recovered at the 13-yard line with 7 seconds left to play in the 1st quarter. Bowie State's defense will come on field. Once again, California, Pennsylvania gets another shot offensively as Bowie State makes another mistake.
This could only, as I said, this can only happen to a little small running back. He gets an inside reverse handoff from another back. He makes a good move here, and the ball is just stripped away from him. The guy reaches in, grabs a hold of the arm on which he's carrying the football, and just takes it out.
Stiles made a 14-yard gain before being stripped of the ball. Alfred wide to the far side. 24 Brian Greer wide to the near side on 1st down from the 7-yard line. Final play of the 1st quarter. Penalty marker down, and they'll probably get one more play in because of the incompletion there. Anthony Johnson on the coverage.
Well, it looks as if they're going to call pass interference this particular time, but when you're playing a lot of man-for-man and as close as they're playing, you're bound to get a little of this.
We had pass interference on the defense. Carries an automatic first. Spot foul.
From the 18-yard line, 1st and 10 for Cal, Pennsylvania. They have the 14-0 lead with 3 seconds remaining in the 1st period of play here in the 1st annual Jiffy Lube Classic. Sam Mannery, the quarterback, has an I formation set behind him with Sean Densmore and Jim Pisandro Cassandro gets the call and gets to the 20-yard line. Gain of 2 quickly there as time runs out in the first quarter, bringing up a 2nd and 8. Robert Anderson made the tackle, and that's the end of the first quarter in the first annual Bowie Classic, with Cal, Pennsylvania leading Bowie State 14-0.
Between working and taking care of a family, my wife Pat has enough on her mind without having to worry about our car.
So every 3,000 miles without an appointment, I go to the JT in the Jiffy Lube. They change the oil with a major brand, replace the filter, and fill all the important fluids. 14 quality services in 10 minutes to keep your car running right.
Welcome to Jiffy Lube. We'll take care of you like family.
Come on, Patty, the courts are waiting.
Yes, Mrs. Ferber, I'll be right over.
What's up?
It's Alex. He's been burying things in Mrs. Ferber's garden again.
Right here.
Alex, a bottle of Stroh's.
Keep digging.
Nice, Alex. 15-pack.
Keep digging.
With Stroh's and Stroh Light 15 and 30 packs, you get more beer.
How did he get a whole truck down there?
Why don't we ask the driver?
Hi, I'm Brooks Robinson, and at All-Star Chevrolet, which is part of one of the nation's largest automotive retailers, you need just $99 down on a Chevrolet Sprint with a monthly payment of just $110. An 88 Cavalier, just $138 a month. An S10 pickup, just $129 a month. Or the all-new 88 Beretta, just $179 a month. Nobody beats an All-Star price. In Baltimore, see All-Star Chevrolet, Beltway Exit 10.
Through the cold of winter, whenever your family needs it, the Lennox Pulse gas furnace sends soft, gentle heartbeats of steady, quiet, even warmth throughout your home. No furnace heats like it, no open flame, near total efficiency. The Pulse was developed by Lennox, the efficiency experts who care about your family's comfort and safety. With the Lennox Pulse, you know you have the best. After all, it's backed by a limited lifetime warranty. At the heart of your family's comfort, no furnace heats like the Lennox Pulse.
The Toyota Advantage, case number 7. How does the popular Toyota Camry line up with Chevy Corsica and Honda Accord? Camry delivers more horsepower for better performance. Camry offers a wagon model, too. Not so with Accord or Corsica. And Camry rates #1 in its class in customer satisfaction. Toyota Camry, with limited time value package savings. It erases the competition when you buy the Toyota Advantage. Case closed.
I'm Duke. This is my car. These are my people. This is my cookie. And this is my oil filter. Purelated. Why purelated? Because they invented the oil filter. So they know how to make them right. And my people can learn from my noble example. Cookie, she don't care. She goes with me because I'm a legend.
You got your pure oil now. You got your pure oil later. Pure and later oil filters.
Oh, good to see you. My name is Jacques, and welcome to Chez McDonald's. Oh, please sit down. Thank you. Oh, no, thank you too much. Might I suggest one of 3 special salads with iceberg lettuce and tasty things to make your mouth incredibly happy?
How about chef salad?
An excellent choice.
Thank you.
Bon appetit. Enjoy. Have a nice time.
It's a good time for the great taste
I think we really impressed them.
of McDonald's.
The Van Patten family loves their cars.
And they trust us to take care of them.
Every 3,000 miles, we bring them to Jiffy Lube. They change the oil with a major brand, replace the filter, lube the chassis, fill the important fluids.
Check the air filter and wiper blades. Inflate the tires. Vacuum the interior.
And wash the windows.
14 quality services in 10 minutes. I was no appointment.
Welcome to Jiffy Lube. We'll take care of you like family.
Tom Davis and Joe Washington welcoming you back, and there's a pass intended for Terry O'Shea that hit him on the shoulder pad. Incomplete. Rodney Belfield of Bowie State on the coverage. So that'll bring up a 3rd down situation for Cal, Pennsylvania. During the first quarter, Cal, Pennsylvania capitalized on a poor 27-yard punt by Bowie State, and Sam Mannering on the very next play, an 18-yard touchdown run. Then after a fake punt by Bowie, 3 plays later from the 38-yard line, Jim Cassandro took it over from a yard out. So it's 14-0 California, Pennsylvania leading the first annual Bowie Classic. Actually, the first annual Jiffy Lube Classic with Bowie State participating. So 3rd and 8 now. Mannery looking to throw and has plenty of time to dance around in the backfield and does, and then throws downfield. It's intercepted by Bowie State's Rodney Belfield at the 45-yard line, and Sam Mannery could have eaten a sandwich back there and then throws an interception.
Well, I think he probably wished he'd probably just eaten a sandwich and not thrown the football on that particular play. One thing Bowie State's doing now on 3rd down specifically, they are playing zone defense instead of, playing basically man for man. And when they do play zone defense, they're picking off passes. They're getting interceptions. They aren't allowing Alfred to catch the football by putting, more than one person on it.
Bowie State in the black and gold, trailing by 14. 14:44 left to play in the first half. Ball spotted at the 45-yard line of Cal, Pennsylvania on a 1st and 10. This is Phil Dyer, and Dyer still on his feet to the 40-yard line, a gain of 5 and a nice run. Ray Ritko of California, Pennsylvania made the tackle.
Okay, let's go 336 ISO, split in reverse.
Good call. Good call. Good call. I was thinking.
Well, I tell you, it looks like some of the assistant coaches are pleased with the call of that reverse on that particular play. They are opening up all stops. They're running reverses. They're with the split ends and with the back, so they are wide open running offense, that's for sure.
Clarence Boykins has only a 20% completion rate going into this game. With a play fake, this is Tony Harrison on the sweep, on the reverse. Far side of the field, 40. Close to a 1st down at the 35-yard line is Mark Martin, California, Pennsylvania. See where they mark the ball this time, Jones. See if Bowie State can get a 1st down off the mark.
Well, I tell you, this is an excellent play here. I enjoy running reverses, and of course he does here. He makes a real good move. He has I guess the inclination to run inside, but number 85, Brian Forbes, makes an excellent block and gives him a chance to get outside. So that was a well-designed and well-run play.
1st down.
Okay, let's go right formation, 549 option low.
Well, he's still intent on running the football. He figures he's having a little success with running the option with the quarterback, making to the fullback, or handing the ball to the fullback, and either running or pitching it. So this is what he'll do right here.
Mo Banks wide to the far side of the field. On a 1st and 10 from the 35. The pitch goes to Phil Dyer, and Dyer to the 30, fumbles the football, and recovered his own fumble inside the 25, 26-yard line. Michael Schrenker on the hit for California, Pennsylvania. Gain of 8 on the play.
Well, I tell you, he makes an excellent run here, and I tell you what, the Bowie State backs are really having a problem holding on to the football. And most people say, why do guys fumble? Well, basically, I think a lot of it has to do with really the structure of a running back's body. These particular backs here, Dyer and number 32, and the other guy, Styles, they're basically guys built with long legs and short torsos, so they really doesn't give them much room to hold the football.
Phil Dyer now with 4 carries for 20 yards for Bowie State. 2nd and 3 with Styles in motion, and the quarterback fumbles the football. Boykins has to fall on it in his own backfield after taking the snap. Mike Smith was there for the coverage. There's a penalty marker, though, Joe, down at the 25-yard line of Cal, Pennsylvania.
Well, it came from one of the side judges, unless, they were lined up off sides or whatever. It's hard to tell. Oh, gee, holding. That was a quick flag for holding, I would think.
Bowie's already backed up. They'll mark the yardage.
Let's go 336 ISO pass, okay? You're on the fly now.
Block now!
Mo Banks bringing the play in, and probably it'll go to him, right, Joe?
Well, they told him to go on the fly, but the only thing about him taking in a play like that, he has to run in and get, to give him a play. Now he has to sprint downfield. He may be too tired to get down there and catch a football by now.
From the 32-yard line, 3rd and 8. for Bowie State. They're trailing 14-0 with 12:02 left to play first half out of the I formation. Boykins with a play fake, firing. Touchdown, Bowie State. The Mo Banks, they're waving it off. They're waving it off. He dropped the football as he came down. Mike Gratian on the coverage. Banks had the football and lost it as he came down.
He sure did it. We'll get a chance to see now if he really had the football long enough for them to give him a touchdown. I don't know. We don't have a real good angle here, but, gee, the ball was thrown right on the money, so, gee, really unfortunate for Bowie State here because that could have been a big play for him. Here's a different angle. Maybe we can see here. The ball is right there. You can't do anything but catch that, but as easy as it seems to catch it, you can easily drop it, and that's what he did.
Joe, it appeared when he was trying to bring it down to his body, he lost possession of it. He got his fingers on it, trying to bring it in, and could not retain possession. 4th and 8 from the 32 now. Boykins throwing back against the green for Tim Stiles. Had to go in and out of his hand at the 22-yard line. So now California, Pennsylvania will take over on down from their own 32.
But really, the miscues Bowie State has had really isn't, I don't think, all that Cal have done to them. Is by the mere fact they've caused themselves to be taken back with penalties. They've dropped passes. They've fumbled the football quite a few times. So, really, if they could just cut out half of some of these things that they're doing to themselves, they'd have a few points on the board. Sam
Mannery, the quarterback now for California, Pennsylvania, has an 18-yard touchdown run, one of 2 scores for California, Pennsylvania. They lead 14-0 with 11:45 left to play in the first half of the first annual Bowie class, Jiffy Lube Classic. Excuse me, that's twice I've said that. Robert Anderson on the tackle and Ken Holling on the run.
Don't you allow them to play a running back in front of you this whole football game. I want him on his back. That's a running back wearing number 59 at nose tackle. Let's get it together now. Let's concentrate. Hold on to the ball.
Well, I can see how Coach feels about that. First of all, he has a running back playing over his center who weighs 280 pounds, and they hadn't been able to move him back, so I can understand him being a little upset about that.
On a 2nd and 10, Mannery could not get a pass off, and he's dropped at his 20-yard line by Lamont Tucker, 55 of California, Pennsylvania. So it's a loss of 12 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 22.
Well, this is one thing Bowie State does real well. They played North Carolina Central University a few weeks back, and they're the #1 passing football team in the CIAA, and they sacked their quarterback, a guy they call Earl Air Harvey, who has all the CIAA passing records 4 times. So they can put pressure on the quarterback here at Bowie.
Brian Greer wide to the near side, Ed Alford wide to the far side. Mannery on the draw, handing off to Eddie Egerton, and Egerton takes the ball across the 25 near the 28-yard line for a gain of about 8 on the play. It'll bring up a 4th and 12. Rodney Belfield of Bowie State made the tackle, so it'll be a punting situation for California, Pennsylvania.
I have no problem.
One thing about the Bowie State team, with Cal, they've been keeping them from being able to convert on 3rd down. So at this particular point, they haven't converted on 3rd down yet.
For California, number 37, Mike Preston.
Beautiful spiral. Jerry making the catch and then dropped at the 29-yard line. Don Janey making the reception, and then he's down at the 31. So Bowie State gets a chance once again on offense to try to do something. They've been able to move the ball for maybe 4 or 5 plays, then a mistake usually sets in.
Well, on that particular penalty, that means blocking below the knees or blocking below the waist. So that moves Bowie State back again. So you can see it take place around the 40-yard line right here, and the guy, he really does block the guy below the knees. And what they try to do is make sure they keep everything up above the waist on punt and kickoff returns, because you can really get someone injured pretty badly blocking below the waist.
Going to have to move the football now back to the 16-yard line.
Got blocking below the waist during a run back.
Bowie offensively has 7 first downs, only only 4 for California, Pennsylvania. Bowie, though, 6 penalties, 50 yards, Joe. That's been very costly on them.
It really has. It makes a big difference. Those 50 yards are the difference in them putting the ball in the end zone and starting way back around the 5- and 10-yard line, too.
Bowie stay with Clarence Boykins at quarterback. And a play fake there. Boykins rolls to the far side and completes the pass, and then it's knocked out of his hands by Tony Atwater. He had possession, lost possession. Mike Stephanie on the coverage there for Cal, Pennsylvania. And again, another drop pass. Looked like he was caught and then dropped.
Yeah, and 2 people dropped that on that particular play. Atwater and the Stephanie, the defender, had a chance to intercept that, too.
From the 16, 2nd and 10 for Bowie State. They're trailing 14-0 with 9:36 left to play. First half, first annual Jiffy Lube Classic. Got it right this time. 2nd and 10. Not much there for Tony Atwater.
Let him in there! Get him pumped up! Come on!
Tom Kowalski
okay,
on
let's
the
go.
tackle.
5-21, waggle, you're flying.
Come on!
Gain of 1 yard, 3rd down and 9.
Well, it's sitting James Mo Banks in to run the same type of pattern he ran earlier that he dropped in the end zone, what he called a fly. So he's lined up on in the same position on the same side, so maybe they'll get him open again.
Mo Banks wide to the near side. Atwater the lone setback behind the quarterback Clarence Boykins. On a 3rd and 9 from the 17, Boykins looks to throw to Banks, hanging up in the air, and Banks won't catch up to that. He's about 10 yards behind it. It was well overthrown.
Well, he didn't, what you call, put enough air under that particular play. He just threw it with not enough arc to give Mo Banks a chance to run under it. Well, now we're in a Harris situation for them again, Tom. They're getting ready to punt the football, so this will be their 4th time punting. And so far, 2 out of the 3 times they've already punted the football, resulted in poor field position for Bowie State, but good field position for Cal.
You can see the stats there on Sean Pyatt. Had to take a high snap once. Caught in Bowie State territory at the 47-yard line. Densmore makes the catch. And California, Pennsylvania, once again, will be in good field position.
Hey, you guys got to come off the ball now. If they're just sitting in there reading you, let's start backing them up. Let's start getting them on the run first. So we need to establish in there. Coach talked about those notes from up top.
Well, Coach is really concerned about they're not moving out there the Cal's defensive line, because the Bowie State offensive line is massive, 280, 275, so you think they'd be able to move the ball on them on the ground.
First down for Cal, Pennsylvania. Mannery trying to get away and cannot. Rufus Satchel made the tackle for Bowie State, number 9.
Well, that shows what Bowie State is, intended to do. They intend to put court pressure on the quarterback by blitzing cornerbacks and linebackers, everybody they can. They feel if they can keep, Mannery tucking defenders back there, that'll lessen his chances of throwing the football down the field.
It's a loss of 12 on the play. 2nd down. Pass right down the middle. Complete to Terry O'Shea, and O'Shea had trouble crossing midfield. Gain of 6 on the play. Joe Green making the tackle for Bowie State.
Well, I tell you, that was a smart play on the tight end on that particular play. There he used the official for blocker that time. He ran behind him, ducked one side, came back to the other side. I tell you, that's great. That's what I call a true football player. Uses all his blockers, and officials included.
Coming into the game, 34, Ken Polling for Cal, Pennsylvania. Ed Alford goes wide to the far side of the field. Brian Greer wide to the near side. Jim Cassandra, one of the setbacks in the backfield, and Mannery puts it up, and it's knocked away rather nicely by number 1, Sam Moose. It was intended for Ed Alford. 1 against 1 again.
Right.
Excuse me, Ken Polling was the intended receiver.
Well, I think that may be the ideal matchup for Bowie State. Put Sam Shy Moose on number 24. He seems to be able to handle him a little bit better, so that may be the matchup Bowie State may try to go with.
Cal, Pennsylvania punting the football. Catch made by Don Janey at the 12-yard line. 34-yard punt. Once again, Bowie State gets an opportunity to try to get back into this ballgame. They're trailing 14-0 with 7 minutes left to play in the first half. Ball spotted at the 12. Check these shoes out, Joe. Did you ever wear white shoes when you were a player?
Well, I wore white shoes in high school, but at that particular time, everybody was wearing black. And then when I got to Oklahoma, everybody was wearing white, so that's when I started wearing silver shoes, and of course I wore them until I retired. That's a pretty good tape job those guys have. Yeah.
First and 10 from the 12-yard line. Tony Atwater out near the 15.
Atwater on the carry.
540, right formation, 549, option load again.
Cue us in, Joe. What was that?
Well, 549 load option. That's probably been, that better series of running plays. The mere fact of what they get a chance to do, it's the option to either hand the ball off to Atwater, or either Boy can keep it around the end, or pitch the ball back to Styles or one of the other running backs. So he's had pretty good success with running this particular play, and this is what they're going to do here.
Alfred wide to the far side on a 2nd and 8 from the 14-yard line. Boykins on the fake and then runs the ball out to the 17-yard line for a gain of 3. It'll bring up 3rd and 5 for Bowie State.
Well, he tried to cut upfield and lost his footing, but it was a good call, good play. Just didn't get the necessary yardage on 2nd down.
You can see our home team sports booth where they used to do the NFL games out of for years.
That's right.
3rd and 5 for Bowie State from their 17-yard line. Bowie 3 for 9 on 3rd down conversions. 5:34 left to play first half, and Bowie trailing by 2 touchdowns. Boykins going deep. It was intended for Chris Heater. Looked like there could have been some interference on that play.
Well, they very easily could have called interference on that particular play. But I tell you one thing, Boykins showed that he can, throw the football a long way. He threw that probably 40 yards in the air here. Now, Banks tried to stop here to come back for the football. But, of course, number 37, Mike Grayson, he puts his arms in front of him. Smart thing to do, especially if you don't get caught doing it. And he didn't, so great play.
Another punt for Sean Pyatt. This one off the end of his foot goes right to the Bowie bench at the 35-yard line. And it seems like, Joe, that every time Cal, Pennsylvania gets the ball off of a punt, that they're deep in Bowie State territory.
Well, I tell you, that punter, he's having a hard day of it. It would be much better for them to just, as I said earlier, just throw the ball up for grabs on 3rd down, hopefully down the field, and maybe they're intercepted and won't have to worry about their punter kicking the ball 15, 20, and 25 yards.
Ed Alford wide to the far side of the field on 1st down. This handoff goes to Sam Guzik. Guzik takes it to the 30-yard line for a quick 5.
Oh, come on. Come on, we need some intensity. Let's go.
Kind of a neat innovation, wiring the coach of Bowie State. See what goes on the sideline.
Well, I like it. I love, hearing what the coaches are calling. Plus, it gives you a chance to talk about, some of the play calling and, how the coach is thinking down there.
Guzik, the lone setback behind the quarterback, Sam Mannery, and Guzik gets the football and also gets hit as he crosses the line of scrimmage. Gained maybe a yard on the play and was hit head on.
Good job.
Well, Bowie State has probably one of the better, run defensive football teams in the CIAA, and they're showing it here. The thing is, they get in situations where Cal could either pass the football or throw the football. Well, pass the football or run with the football, and that's put them in, a dire straits when they have to guess a little bit like that.
Bowie State at 4-3-1 since breaking their 32-game losing streak. Overall, they're 4-5-1 this season. On a 3rd and 3 for the 29. Incomplete, intended for Ed Alford. Anthony Johnson, number 3 on the coverage for Bowie State. Just in case you're wondering, California, Pennsylvania is about 40 miles west of Pittsburgh.
Okay, it would be a 45-yarder. I don't see it. They're going for it.
4th and 3 from the 29. Coming into the game is 32, Sean Densmore. Alford wide to the far side on a 4th and 3. Greer wide to the near side. Densmore along with Guzik. The setback's divided behind the quarterback, Mannery, and he wants to throw on 4th down and does, and it's overthrown to Ed Alford, incomplete. So Bowie will take over now. 1 down. Anthony Johnson once again on the coverage there of Ed Alford. So with 3:56 left to play first half, California, Pennsylvania continues with a 14-0 lead over Bowie State in the first annual Jiffy Lube Classic.
Bowie takes over first down at 10 from his own 29.
Joe, when you look back now over this first half, the mistakes have really been costly for Bowie State.
Well, that's been their problem. That's the reason they're 14 points behind. The fact that, you know, both of the touchdowns Cal got were off miscues in the punting game. Same thing happened on this particular series here, but they were fortunate enough not to allow Cal any points.
Clarence Boykins with the football on the pitch. It goes to Phil Dyer, and Dyer goes out of bounds at about the 36-yard line.
Phil Dyer on the carry.
They're doing real well in running the option, you know, to the short side of the field. I've always said, well, maybe they should run it to the wide side of the field, but they're having real good success.
Tony.
Run it to the short side of the field.
2nd down and 4.
Ball's being spotted at the 35. Call it 2nd down and 4.
He called 30, so this could possibly be a dive to Atwater.
Styles has the football, tries to get out of his backfield, could not, lost 3 on the play.
Okay, let's go 1. Let's go 5. 5, 21, waggle.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know if I should, you know, try and tell you what this play is, because the one before I was wrong on it, so who knows?
Joe, how do you remember all those different numbers in the football game, huh?
Well, most of the time I did, just whatever the quarterback would tell me going to the line of scrimmage. Joe run left, I'd run left. It's tough. A lot of repetition, though. That's the only way you can remember.
Banks wide to the near side on this 3rd and 6. Boykins throwing the football under pressure, and he was trying to hit 44 Tony Atwater. Could not. Tom Kowalski on the coverage for Cal, Pennsylvania. So it's going to be 4th and 6 in a punting situation for Bowie State. Time running out in the first half. 2:24 left to play first half. 14-0 California, Pennsylvania leading Bowie State.
Well, I tell you one thing. The way Coach says punt, you know, he says he has all the confidence in the world. He must expect his punter to do as well as he's doing. But, oh, my goodness.
Hyatt had it knocked down and blocked by Ray Ritko. California, Pennsylvania with possession at the 5-yard line of Bowie State.
Well, I was about to say, Tom, everything has probably happened to them with their punting game except having one block, and now everything has happened to them in their punting game.
John Hay, 45, recovered the ball once it was knocked away by Ritko. So an excellent scoring opportunity now for Cal, Pennsylvania. They have a 1st and goal at the 4-yard line of Bowie State. 2:16 to go, first half.
Well, it's a natural inclination to go after the punter after he's had, you know, 3 successive downs of, 3 successive tries of not punting the ball well or having problems back there. So he can look for that from here on out. Anytime he goes back to punt, they're going to put a little pressure on him.
Mannery wants to throw on 1st and goal, looping it over everybody. Pass was intended for Terry O'Shea, the tight end, cutting across. Incomplete, so it'll be 2nd and goal.
Goal line, coach.
So far, a poor punt, then a misfiring of a possible fake, and now one that was blocked. The punts have been very costly. You've been bringing it up every time they punt, too, Joe.
Yes, sir. He threw an interception on 3rd down, so you don't have to punt, Coach.
2nd and goal, Cal, Pennsylvania. Sean Mannery with the pitch. Sean Densmore, touchdown. Cal, Pennsylvania. They lead it 20-0 now with 2:05 left to play in the first half on a 4-yard touchdown run by Sean Densmore.
Well, I don't think Bowie State's defense is playing, really, bad or anything. It's just the fact that, Cal's only had a short distance to go each and every time. And he makes a good leap into the end zone. Good, tough running.
Here's the point after attempt. It was good. 21-0 favor Cal, Pennsylvania. There's a penalty marker down, though, at the 5-yard line.
We have a dead ball, personal foul on the defense, will be administered on the kickoff. The touchdown is good.
Touchdown and point after.
Everything's good.
Now. We got to take it back. Let's go to work.
Bowie State now trailing by 3 touchdowns.
Let's go to work, take this
Dave
thing back. All right, now, look. Let's bring this thing up the left side. All right, return left. Return left. 1, 2, 3, score!
All right, back it up. Back it up.
Well, we do know where the return is on this particular kickoff. But the thing about it, they'll have a 15-yard penalty tacked on to where they normally kick the ball from. So they will be returning from deep in their end zone, I would think.
You're looking at 3 Anthony Johnson. Tony Harrison also close with him, and 31 Don Janey. So they have 3 return men set from the 10-yard all the way back to the goal line. More than likely, Anthony Johnson will be the man that returns the football. They'll be kicking off from midfield, California, Pennsylvania.
Well, they've done everything else. Now would be a great time to try for an onside kick if they need a few more points here.
Joe, when you go back and look at these drives, 2 plays, 4-yard drive for a touchdown for California, Pennsylvania. Mannery, 1 play, 18-yard touchdown, and another 3-play drive highlighted by the Alfred catch of 30 yards and then the run by Cassandro. No return. Anthony Johnson elects not to come out of the end zone. So with 2:05 left to play in the first half and Bowie State trailing 21-0, they'll bring the ball out to the 20-yard line, first down.
Let's go both, all right, to the right. Let's go 541 option load, okay, and then 541 pass, okay? Got to ride him in there.
Well, he's running the option play to the right side of the field this particular time here. And he's giving Clarence Borkin a chance to call the next play himself instead of sending someone in. So this play here will be an option play to the right side, and I guess the second play will be a pass off the option play to the right side.
From the 20-yard line of the Bulldogs, Bowie State trailing 21-0, 2:05 left to play first half. And Boykins to Atwater. Excuse me, Nabonet. John Nabonet going out to the 28-yard line, a gain of 8. Odell Jones, 96, making the tackle there for California, Pennsylvania. 2nd and 2 now.
Gain is to the 28-yard line. 2nd down and 2.
Clock moving with 1:40 left to play first half. Boykins sets it as 20 with a good spiral. Intercepted by California's Pennsylvania's number 37, Mike Gresham. And Gresham's still on his feet and then dropped at the 38-yard line. So California, Pennsylvania takes another big break here, stopping Bowie State. And with 1:31 left to play in the first half, let's take another look at it, Joe.
But Gresham had good coverage position on him. He gave him a lot of cushion to make sure he didn't get back, behind him. And Borkin, he threw the ball a good distance, but not far enough. But the great thing about Gresham on that particular play, he read number 8, Mo Banks' eyes on that particular play. And as soon as he saw Banks look up, he turned around, and the ball was right there in his arms. Great defensive play.
From the 36-yard line for Cal, Pennsylvania, with a 21-0 lead. The Vulcans, with 1:31 left to play in the first half, have the football and a 3-touchdown lead over Bowie State in the first annual Jiffy Lube Classic from Baltimore's Memorial Stadium. John Mannery throwing, and it's going to have to be short hopped by Ed Alford at the 42-yard line, 2nd and 10.
On the coverage, number 40, Joe Green.
Joe Green on the coverage along with Anthony Johnson.
I thought Joe Green retired, John.
Mean Joe Green.
Oh, yeah, that's a difference. That's a difference. Right, right. Joe Green and Mean Joe Green. Big difference there.
I mean, he probably signs his checks. Mean Joe Green.
That's right.
Ed Alford wide to the far side. Brian Greer wide to the near side. 2nd and 10, Cal, Pennsylvania, from their 36-yard line. And Mannery sets at his 28, wants to throw deep. Caught by Ed Alford around the 20-yard line, and he steps out of bounds at the 18. Coverage by Anthony Johnson of Bowie State, but Cal, Pennsylvania knocking on the door for another touchdown, a 46-yard gain. 18-yard line of Bowie State is the line of scrimmage.
Well, Alford makes an excellent move. He runs. He's actually running what you call a flag route, where he goes up the field and angles out to his left towards the sideline, but the quarterback throws the ball over his right shoulder instead. I think Johnson, you know, he had a step on Johnson, and Johnson, being a good athlete he is, patted Alford on the hiney and told him, great move.
Alford with 3 catches for 84 yards, including one of 30 and another of 46 yards. First down for Cal, Pennsylvania. Mannery looked like he had a man open, then brought it back down, throwing for the end zone, and it's short. Intended for Brian Greer, coverage by Sam Muse of Bowie State.
Well, I guess if you want to call it coverage by Sam Musi on that particular play, he wasn't anywhere close to receiver on that play. So fortunate enough for him that the quarterback threw it really short that time.
From the 18-yard line of Bowie State, Cal, Pennsylvania has the football, 2nd and 10. They have a 3-touchdown lead, 21-0 with 1:10 left to play. First half in the first annual Jiffy Lube Classic. Straight ahead handoff. Good running room for Eddie Egerton, and he's got an 18-yard touchdown and a 27-0 lead, and a penalty marker now goes down after he crossed the goal line. Lamont Tucker could be guilty of the penalty.
The touchdown's good. We had a dead ball, personal foul on the defense. It'll be administered on the kickoff.
Eddie Egerton with an 18-yard touchdown.
Touchdown drive of 53 yards.
Well, I know one thing, Tom. When Coach Doe finds out who that penalty was on, we'll definitely have to remove that mic from him, because that was a really silly penalty on the player's part, especially after a touchdown, and they're behind anyway. Things aren't going too well, so that's the last thing they need.
Point after attempt is good. 28-0. California, Pennsylvania Vulcans leading Bowie State. Let's take another look at the TD run by Eddie Egerton.
Simple draw play. When you're throwing the ball as successfully as Cal is, you run the parent or the sister play or brother play to the pass. Run the draw, the little delay pass, running route, where the quarterback drops back, hands the ball off to the running back on a delay. And it worked for 18 yards that time.
4 plays, 63 yards. Joe, the longest drive that California, Pennsylvania has had for a touchdown, 4 plays.
Well, they're moving the ball in chunks, it looks like. That's for sure, when they do have to move it.
And twice, Eddie Alford has caught passes that have really led to touchdowns. One of 30 yards in that 38-yard drive, and another 46 yards in the 63-yard drive. So he's been a big factor in setting up the touchdowns, although he has yet to score one.
Well, they hadn't found anybody that can cover him, one-on-one. So the best thing, they'll have to do is either go zone or double cover him, because he is hurting them with the long ball.
Mr. Workey, what did you have to say after he ran for a touchdown?
I should know my mouth.
Boy, that's great. We got to find out exactly what took place. It's something one of the defenders said after the touchdown. Unbelievable. So coach is a little upset about that, I think, Tom.
Kurt Bergman once again will be kicking off. Ball will be kicked off from the 50, another personal foul. 80 yards and penalties now for Bowie State. Bergman with a nice end-over-end kick at the goal line. Tony Harrison returning the football out to the, well, let's see, about the 16, 17-yard line. 1 minute left to play, first half.
Well, with them trying to, generate some type of offense even in this late stage in the first half, may as well go ahead and try and throw the football. They definitely don't want to punt it, so at least throw the ball downfield.
I believe I said the 16. This is the 12-yard line, shy of the 15. First down, Bowie State, with a minute left to play in the first half. Mo Banks wide to the far side. Clarence Boykins at quarterback. Drops back to pass. Rush coming. The pass intended for 32. Phil Dyer, incomplete. Boykins took a whale of a hit in the end zone. He gets back up. 2nd and 10 from the 12-yard line.
And he was lucky to get that particular pass off on number 10. He had a beat on him from the start. No one blocked him. I don't think anyone was really designed to block him. But if they did, they forgot about it.
Clarence Boykins, 1 of 14 for just 13 yards passing. Diving catch, and then the ball drops out of the hands of 82, Antonio Foster.
Never touch the ground. Ball never, get me some help.
John Hay on the coverage.
Okay, let's go. Post, dig, right half sit.
From the 12-yard line, 3rd and 10, and Boykins 1 of 15. Also been picked off 1 time. 50 seconds left to play first half. Cal, Pennsylvania leading Bowie State 28-0. Boykins throwing down the middle of the field. Picked off again. Joe Waskowitz intercepting for Cal, Pennsylvania, still has the football and crosses into territory of Bowie State all the way to the 42-yard line. Penalty marker dropped, though, at the 50.
Well, this may be on Cal, but they did exactly what I thought they should have done a while back. Instead of trying to punt the ball on 4th down, I don't know if it was a secret signal or not, but he must have told Clarence to throw the ball as far as you can, and hopefully they intercept it and keep them in their own field.
22-yard return on the interception. Let's see where they mark the football.
We had clipping during the run back. It'll be first down and 10.
Well, Tom, this has been that most successful punt all day. I don't care what anyone says. This is what they should do on 3rd down every play. It's unbelievable. This is the farthest back that they've had to go since the last interception. Every time they've punted the ball on 4th down, they've started the ball with maybe 20 yards from the line of scrimmage.
Brian Greer wide to the far side of the field. Ed Alford wide to the near side. The backs are divided, 34 and 35. Ken Poling and Jim Cassandra. Mannery to pass, sets at the 28. Off the fingertips of 24, Brian Greer. 2nd and 10. Still 28 seconds left to play in the first half. They'll bring the ball back to the 36. Coverage by Anthony Johnson. It looks like they're working on Johnson all afternoon.
Well, he's been beaten a little earlier by Alfred on previous plays. So, gee, if he's the guy that we're beating, they'll switch up on him. Let Alfred go against him one time. They'll put number 24 on him another time.
Unsportsmanlike defense and the offense will play 2nd down. Dead ball.
Offsetting penalties. Still 2nd down, 2nd and 10 from the 36. Alfred wide to the far side. Coming to the near side is Brian Greer. California, Pennsylvania leading 28-0 with 28 seconds left to play in the first half, and Cal, Pennsylvania will call a timeout.
Timeout, Bowie State.
All right, take a knee. Hey.
28 seconds left. I want to see some DBs go up for the ball. I want to go for the ball. I want to get on the passer. I want some effort and intensity out here. Let's finish up, man. We're embarrassing ourselves. Let's go at it right now. Let's start playing now. Not in the third quarter, right now. Get the ball running back.
Look at him. Maybe we need to suit up, Tom, and get out after that. I'm ready. If no one else is ready, I'm ready to play. Well, I don't know about all of that if I'm actually ready to play.
Joe, you know, they've often talked about a third man in the booth. Well, today, Dave Dolch is doing a great job in our booth.
I tell you what, I bet you if you'd suit him up, he'd go out after some heads today. That's for sure. Put his uniform on Coach Dolch, and we'll see some people fly.
2nd and 10, 36-yard line, the line of scrimmage for Cal, Pennsylvania, leading 28-0 with 28 seconds left to play in the first half, and a nice nifty tackle there by Myron Ballard. It looks like he read the coach kind of well as Sean Densmore was carrying.
That's right. They need to bring him over again. Let the coach talk to him. Use their timeouts. Let Coach Dolch keep him fired up. Excellent tackle. That's picture perfect. That's the way defensive coaches like to see it done.
32-yard line now with time running out at the end of the first half. They won't get another playoff, and that is the end of the first half here in the first annual Bowie State, California, Pennsylvania Jiffy Lube Classic. California, Pennsylvania leading Bowie State 28-0.